what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab.
And it's exciting. You know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside, and he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out again.
Few matchups in boxing history ignite as much debate as a hypothetical clash between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence "Bud" Crawford. Both fighters stand as icons of their respective eras, each embodying technical brilliance and championship pedigree. Experts, fans, and former champions alike have speculated on who would triumph if these two masters of the sweet science ever faced off. But this isn't just a conversation about skill, it's about legacy. Mayweather's unmatched precision and perfect record against Crawford's dynamic versatility and ruthless finishing instinct.
One of the greatest. He's done shit that Floyd Mayweather ain't done.
Like what?
Like what?
For audience that don't know.
He is a two-time undisputed champion. Floyd wasn't a one-time undisputed champion. So he has all the belts in one division and then moved up and got all the belts in another division. I don't know if that's ever happened in the history of boxing.
Yes, and he beat the man.
And he beat the man. Let's give Terence Crawford his flowers because everything he said he was going to do,
he done it.
He did.
Floyd Mayweather retired with a flawless 50-0 record, one of the most pristine resumes in boxing history. His career was marked by high-profile victories over elite champions spanning 5 weight divisions. Renowned for his defensive genius, Mayweather had an uncanny ability to dismantle both heavy punchers and master technicians, solidifying his place among the sport's all-time greats.
Mayweather stopped Conor McGregor in the 10th round to improve to 50-0 in what he says will be his final fight. I actually believe him this time, Max. What's his legacy?
Well, he's one of the great pure boxers who ever lived. He is never cheated himself. He always was in condition. He had no off nights. That's why he won every fight. It's one of the reasons. Not because he's one of the best to ever do it, and because he was always prepared over a very long amateur and pro career. Amazing. Another reason is he carefully selected opponents, knew when and where and when and who to fight, and basically changed the paradigm in boxing. I'll translate. He flipped the script. I mean, really, boxing is basically, and this is just the way it is, and I'm a huge boxing fan, and I make no apologies about it, but it is fans and networks essentially exploiting fighters. That's how it works. And we demand a level of dedication and risk-taking with your health that's insane, right? Like, someone's getting their head beaten every which way, and if you quit, you don't have heart. You can't be a great fighter, which is true, by the way. It's a blood sport. And Floyd, and usually fighters wind up broke and punch drunk. And Floyd Mayweather flipped the script. He said, no, I'm not going to let the game play me. I'm going to play the game.
Terence Crawford, meanwhile, has quietly crafted one of the most complete legacies of the modern boxing era. A multi-division undisputed champion, Crawford has consistently showcased his ability to adapt to any style placed in front of him. His seamless switch hitting, explosive power, and elite ring IQ have made him a nightmare matchup for even the most seasoned opponents. His dominance at welterweight has propelled him into the pound-for-pound conversation, where only the shadow of Mayweather seems to loom above. Fighters and veterans alike haven't hesitated to share their thoughts on how a clash between the two might unfold.
Everything is on Terence Crawford's side, all the legacy, meaning he only has the opportunity to win the belts. Saul only has an opportunity to defend them. Terence Crawford has an opportunity to be in a 5 division and the only person to win all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Why is Saul taking this fight? And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's some things in life more important than just the belts. And that 20-year career that Terence Crawford made, that all that he has is very valuable. Very, very valuable. He had 1 foot out the game. And if he can be the man to defeat him, because remember, if Saul beats him, Terence Crawford was the first man to get all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Yes, I beat that champion. Yes, I beat the multiple division champion, and he had the
Oscar de la Hoya, who faced Mayweather in a closely contested bout, recently reaffirmed his belief that Floyd remains the superior fighter. He pointed to Mayweather's perfect record and unparalleled technical mastery as reasons why he remains untouchable in head-to-head comparisons. De La Hoya's stance echoes the sentiment of many from boxing's old guard, who continue to revere Mayweather's consistency and ability to win at the sport's highest level. On the other side of the debate stands Canelo Alvarez, a rare fighter who has shared the ring with both Mayweather and Crawford. While Mayweather handed Canelo his only clear defeat back in 2013, the Mexican superstar recently praised Crawford, stating that he's way better than Mayweather. Canelo highlighted Crawford's ring IQ, adaptability, and the quality of his recent wins as defining traits. Coming from someone who has tested both fighters under vastly different circumstances, Canelo's perspective adds a compelling layer to the ongoing debate.
I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like, he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. But I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford. Not just because he beat me and it was a close fight, whatever, and, you know, or that I stepped in the ring with Mayweather, but I really feel that technically Mayweather's a better fighter.
You faced Mayweather, you were 23 years old, I believe?
23.
And
Just
again,
turned 23.
yeah, you just turned 23. You didn't have a lot of seasoning. I know people will say, oh, he had a lot of fights. Well, you didn't have an amateur career. You started boxing at 15 as a pro, right?
Yeah.
So you gave up the weight concession. You gave up the rehydration clause. And I always thought if you would have faced him, you know, with some more seasoning, it would have gone differently.
You know, he deserved the position in
Sure.
that moment because, you know, Floyd Mayweather is one of the best fighters in the boxing history, and he deserved the position in that moment. You know, I try to make history, and I try to put myself in the very top in that moment. But for some reason, doesn't happen, right? And yeah, like you say, if I had that fight with Miguel Angel Cotto first and all these kind of fights, and then fight Mayweather, maybe go in the different way. But, you know, we never gonna know. We never gonna know. And I learned what from that fight, and like I say, things happen for a reason.
Shane Mosley, another veteran who went the distance with Mayweather, has voiced support for Crawford in this hypothetical matchup. Mosley believes that Crawford's all-around arsenal, his timing, power, and adaptability, makes him the more dangerous and complete fighter. His perspective reflects a growing sentiment among those who faced Mayweather firsthand. Floyd's brilliance is unquestionable, but Crawford brings angles, switch hitting, and offensive weapons that Mayweather never had to confront in his era.
Better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is.
Shane Mosley has also been careful to acknowledge that while he respects Crawford's well-rounded skill set, Floyd Mayweather is far from a weak link in the matchup. In fact, Mosley has repeatedly emphasized that Mayweather's defensive genius and unwavering discipline make him one of the most difficult puzzles the sport has ever seen. His ability to remain composed under pressure and dictate the pace of a fight is, in Mosley's view, what sets him apart, even against someone as dynamic as Crawford.
Surprised about his power. When you attack Floyd, he has a way of making you run into it and you feel the power, like a collision. But when you kind of box away from him, yes, he has power, but not like he does when you're trying to attack him. He's not weak, he's strong. Like I say, he trains hard and he does all the things you're supposed to do as a fighter or as a champion to be the best.
Mosley faced Mayweather in 2010 and famously rocked him with a huge shot in the second round, one of the few times Floyd appeared visibly hurt in his career. But Mosley later admitted that from that moment on, Mayweather made immediate adjustments, shut him down, and never allowed another clean opportunity. That experience deeply shaped Mosley's perspective. While he respects Crawford's size, switch-hitting ability, and offensive variety, he knows firsthand that Floyd is a master of neutralizing even the most dangerous weapons. To Mosley, Crawford may be a complete fighter, but Mayweather is the ultimate problem solver.
Everybody talk about Shane Cardi. But what was the issue? Shane started hesitating. Why did Shane hesitate? Because he took the best shot and he stood there, held on tight, and on top of that, made Shane feel his strength, and came back out like nothing happened the previous round.
Right.
But still stone cold.
Right.
And then Shane ends up being the one hesitating, waiting, and the fight get away from him.
I'm saying Shane hit me with a hell of a shot.
Okay.
Actually, 2 shots.
Okay.
But even in that particular round, what I said to Shane was this. I was like,
you said something to him when you grabbed him.
I said, you gotta kill me.
Oh, shit. I wasn't ready, bro.
I said, that was a good one. And I said, that was a good one, but you gotta kill me.
Wow.
I said, you gotta kill me. And then I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Mosley faced Mayweather in 2010 and famously rocked him with a huge shot in the second round, one of the few times Floyd appeared visibly hurt in his career. But Mosley later admitted that from that moment on, Mayweather made immediate adjustments, shut him down, and never allowed another clean opportunity. That experience deeply shaped Mosley's perspective. While he respects Crawford's size, switch-hitting ability, and offensive variety, he knows firsthand that Floyd is a master of neutralizing even the most dangerous weapons. To Mosley, Crawford may be a complete fighter, but Mayweather is the ultimate problem solver.
Your fighter today.
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots.
Boots is
my
favorite.
It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I can bet the house on is Bud. Because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing. About basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So, skillful, yes. But this and this, it's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there currently. There's a lot of guys that talk it. But until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have. You don't even really know what you have.
Andre Ward, a former undefeated champion and close friend of Terence Crawford, has been one of his most vocal defenders in the Mayweather versus Crawford debate. Ward has pushed back against claims that Crawford's accomplishments fall short of Mayweather's, emphasizing Bud's adaptability, elite skill set, and ability to systematically dismantle top-tier opponents. In Ward's view, Crawford has done more than enough to earn his place in the conversation among the sport's all-time greats.
We just seen Terence Crawford create greatness and beat Canelo Alvarez tonight. What was your thoughts on that performance from Terence?
Terence Crawford, great performance, man. He's been doing this throughout the course of his career. The stakes were a lot different in this fight, a lot more danger. He had to fight that kind of fight in order to beat Canelo Alvarez tonight, and he did that at 37, but getting ready to be 38 years old. And he proved, like Max said, that he is the GOAT of this generation. Hats off to Canelo for taking the fight. He didn't have to take it. Hats off to Turkey Al-Sheikh for putting it together. Just a great, great night for boxing.
Yeah. How special a fighter is someone like Terence Crawford? There was no signs of a size disadvantage there. How special?
You can see it in spots, but it wasn't significant. And I didn't think it was going to be significant. And people call me crazy, but I've been around Terence. He's strong. He's got a wrestling background, and people don't realize that he's been boiling himself down all these years and still being successful, not having to do that. His condition seemed impeccable, and his strength was there, the power was there enough to get respect from Canelo. So what more can I say?
What would you like to see him do next? Do you think there's another fight after this?
I'd like to see him be done. What are we boxing for at this point? What else is there to do? There's always going to be a YouTuber or a reporter or somebody conjuring up another challenge. We box to get ourselves in a better financial position, to build a name and a legacy. Those boxes are checked. What else are we doing? Why are we still in the game?
Yeah, I get it. Andre, always good to talk.
Ward has even gone as far as calling Crawford the GOAT of this generation. While their personal friendship is well known, Ward's praise isn't just emotional, it's rooted in what he sees as an exceptional body of work. He points to Crawford's resume, his dominance across weight classes, and his unmatched adaptability as qualities that set him apart in modern boxing. After Crawford's one-sided dismantling of Errol Spence Jr., Ward didn't hesitate. He declared that Bud had earned the right to be considered the greatest fighter of this era.
I didn't want him to fight. I really like both of those guys. Yeah. A lot. Mm-hmm. Like, I had a chance to hang around Earl. I had a chance to hang around Terence. And both guys, class act. It would look like I'm leaning towards one guy because I boxed one guy before.
It was beautiful to watch, but also tough to watch to see what happened to Errol. Obviously, we don't wish bad on,
Nobody.
Nobody.
The best man won. If I was training him or I was in his corner, I don't think he should be fighting at 147 at all. I don't even think he should be fighting at 154.
Really?
I think he should be fighting at 160 or 168.
Wow.
They're just my...
Mayweather himself has spoken about Crawford with a blend of respect and pride. He's acknowledged Crawford's impressive victories, especially his dominant performance against Errol Spence Jr., while consistently reminding fans of his own extraordinary resume and decades-long reign at the sport's pinnacle. Floyd positions himself as the ultimate benchmark, the standard by which all others must be measured. This natural tension between admiration and protecting legacy fuels the ongoing debate. Mayweather has long taken pride in being considered the best of his era, and the idea that a younger fighter like Crawford could challenge that legacy is what keeps the conversation alive. Floyd once candidly admitted he didn't want them to fight.